Hello, my name is Steve Jankowski, and if you're watching this video, you probably did a search on YouTube or Google looking for a review on Nerium International. And what you're probably doing is trying to learn more about it and try to get some credible information. And you probably suspect that when you see a video, a review on Nerium, it's probably going to be a Nerium distributor. And so I'm not going to whitewash anything. I am a Nerium distributor, but what I want to do is try to make this review credible and tell you a little bit more about myself and what I did to make sure that Nerium was right for me. First off, I'm a United States Marine, and I've been an attorney since 1989. I've also owned a bunch of businesses, and the last brick and mortar business I owned was tied to the luxury home market, and it took me into bankruptcy back in 2007. And so I've known what it's like to have zero money, and I've known what it's like to start a new business with no money. And basically, after my business went under, I jumped online. And literally 5 weeks after I started marketing on the internet, I had my first $10,000 week. And that was about 5 years ago. Since that time, I have been hit up by probably over 1,000 opportunities. I get emails every day with opportunities, and I've had a bunch of opportunities come my way over the last 5 years where my marketing friends told me I have to do it. It's the best deal around. And each time I looked at it and I said no, and I can think of 3 times when that happened to me where the CEOs of the company actually ended up going to prison. And so I am very skeptical when I look at companies. And when I was introduced to Nerium, I was kind of intrigued. It's skincare, I'm a guy, and so that initially didn't thrill me. But I started thinking about it, and I then decided I was going to look into it. And I spent over a month on due diligence. And I drove my sponsor pretty much crazy. But I checked out the company, I checked out the CEO, I actually talked to people that had been in business, had been in organizations where the CEO, Jeff Olson, had been. And I read through the scientific documents, I asked for PDFs, I did the 3-way phone calls, and then I actually went out and I talked to some of my friends. And most importantly, I talked to my wife. My wife is very cynical when it comes to MLMs and home businesses. And I couldn't find anything negative anywhere. So what I'd like to ask you to do is to go ahead, there should be a link below this video or somewhere on this page, and if you click the link, you can probably find a bunch more information. I'm going to try to sort of lay out some breadcrumbs where you can learn a little bit more about Nerium and decide if it's right for you. And by all means, if you have any questions, give me a ring if you see my phone number. I usually answer the phone, but I am very excited about Nerium, and I think it's going to be a massive, massive company, and we are still at the ground floor. So I look forward to hearing from you, and I hope I've sort of made a path for you to learn more about Nerium in this review. Take care.